Howdy folks, Mark Serbu, gun designer, gun nut, and yet another video with no actual chop saw in it, but, you know, sparks, fire. In our last episode, you got to see the bolt heads welded to the bolt bodies. And then you got to see how the CNC turning center made the bolts all pretty and shiny in that one area. What you didn't see is they all went off to get heat treated, and about a week later they came back.
Kind of funny.
And after they come back from heat treat, the first step is the sandblaster. Camera work and commentary by the elusive 50 cal Val.
I can see there's brand new sand in there.
You can see your dumb reflection in the glass.
Good.
Make a face.
Can you get that really close?
You want me to zoom in?
No.
No, I
You
can't.
can't because I got it on
Super
steady.
steady.
And after the sandblasting, we inspect the parts. Now this little dot here is really important, this little dimple. Who knows what that is? Well, if you guessed the Rockwell test, Mark, you're right. The short version is that the Rockwell test is just a way to verify that the hardness we specified for the part was actually met. And with this particular part, we don't screw around. There's 25,000 pounds of force on that bolt face, so we specify that every single bolt gets Rockwell tested. Next, the bolts go to the Parkerizing tank. This is a manganese phosphate process. It's very old. It's been used on military rifles for a long time. It's just about a 200 degree Fahrenheit bath, and it's basically phosphoric acid and manganese. It puts a nice durable black finish on the parts, and we like it. Been doing it a really long time, and good results. Good looking stuff.
Just about done. Yep. Just barely fizzing now.
It took just over 2 minutes to completely parkerize the bolt. Now they get rinsed in water, they get blown off, and then they get oiled.
Alright, all dried off and ready for the oil.
The excess oil gets drained, the extractor, ejector, and firing pin get installed, and then they're done.
And here's what they look like when they're completely done. So you can see there's a little bit where you can tell that it's got something there, and it's just mainly because of the difference in hardness. You know, when that got machined down, the harder part resists being cut more than the surrounding area that's not so hard. And it only locally hardens because, you know, we heated it past melting point and cooled it off with argon. And then of course the whole thing goes to heat treat, and so they're all the same hardness now, but that's not the point. It got cut when it was differentially hard. You know, along the weld was super hard, and around it wasn't hard at all. It looks great though. See, there's no ill effects from the start stop of the weld. Yeah, there you got a little bit of something there. Just a, I wasn't quite perfect with the penetration there, or the fill, whatever. And yeah, it's not perfect, but I guarantee you nobody's going to care about that. And there you can see the discoloration from the stainless pin underneath. And it's kind of interesting because, of course, the pin is fairly deep under. In this batch, the pin actually was a lot deeper than the batch you saw me welding. This isn't actually from that batch. But what's interesting is that obviously the stainlessness kind of travels through, and this one's not as bad. It's just a little bit light in that area. It's a lot more noticeable on that one. But none of this stuff matters. This is this one you can't see at all, and that one you can barely see. Yeah, but they came out really nice parts. Something interesting that some of you in manufacturing will understand the pain and suffering. This slot was actually pretty screwed up on these bolt heads. We normally make the bolt heads ourselves, but we've had to farm out more and more because our backlog is just huge. But the slot actually passed their QC, the people who made it, and yet these extractors would not fit in the slot. And I'll show you why.
I'll show you why in an upcoming video, that is. I know, what a jerk. Folks, this is a huge moment for my channel. This is the first time I've ever whored myself out for a product. Yes, I've been asked by these guys. Yeah, these flashlight guys. They said, hey, could you whore yourself out for our product? And I'm like, sure, I'll whore myself out for your product. No problem. It actually got a little dicey there for a bit. The guy who reps for this company, he was emailing me all the time and like, oh, you're going to make the video, you're going to make a video fast. I mean, he wanted this video made like that day or something. I'm like, look, I'm not just a YouTuber. In fact, I'm barely a YouTuber. I actually have a day job. I kind of run a gun company. And he's like, oh, what is gun company? But anyway, it was bad enough that I kind of, well, I called my friendly neighborhood hitman. Okay. I admit it. Hey man, how's it going?
Good, Mark. Oh, should I say your name or not?
No. I'm trying to, what if somebody's listening?
Okay. Layla, okay. Sorry.
Yeah. So obviously this, I told you in the email, I'm kind of pissed off. This Chinese guy is just really bugged the hell out of me, and
Okay.
I need you to off him. That's it. Can you do it?
I don't know. Usually, I make a lot of things happen for you and make a lot of things and people disappear. But there's a problem. Me and my Mexican compadre, my Mexican assistant, we just got back from Beijing, and things didn't go very well. We had to take down the entire factory, and they put us on a watch list. So I don't know if they'll let us go back to Beijing right now. So.
Oh man.
And I'll do it for you. It's just things are hot right now, Mark. Things are hot.
Oh, well, that sucks. Well, I mean, he did say he was going to give me another flashlight, so so that's cool. Maybe after I get the other flashlight.
I would say, yeah, take the flashlight first. Let us cool down, and then maybe we can go back.
Cool. I like the sound of that. All right, man. I appreciate it.
No problem. Call me if you need me.
All right. See you. And with that, a man's life is spared. Well, at least until after I get my second flashlight, of course. But now, back to the first flashlight. I'll tell you what, this thing was actually really cool. For something as ostensibly dumb as a flashlight, I was pretty impressed. Yeah, I mean, I like flashlights, but I'm not like totally freaked out over them. Like I know a lot of people are, but yeah, they're handy. Who cares? If you like them, if you want them, great. Okay, if you don't, frickin' turn the video off right now. You don't all have to turn it off. I didn't even show you the cool stuff about the flashlight yet. All right, I'm going to do a comparison between these two flashlights with what I thought was a badass flashlight and the new, actually badass flashlight. They both look like, this one looks like it has a more stronger kind of metal. This looks like it has a bigger LED in it, but I don't know, maybe it's just a different type. Because as you'll see in a second, the smaller one's actually way more intense. Okay, so let me turn the light off here. Okay, this one.
Okay, so here's the big giant light. No lie, see? There it is. And now I'm going to take the little guy. And here we go. It's crazy, huh? It's the camera, you can see the camera's actually adjusting to, I think I see a circle going to deal with the brightness because this thing's so crazy bright. Wow. And it gets warm. A lot of amps going through that LED there.
Well, I've got to say it was kind of fun doing my first product placement in a video. You know, something different, something interesting. And to me, creativity is creativity. You know, the same thought process it takes to come up with a disgusting joke or a clever part in a video or a gun. It's all from the same place in your brain. But you know, I'm no brain study or science guy. You know, I got smarts real good though, so I think I know what I'm doing. Got smarts real good. Name that movie. I'll give you a hint. The guy who said it is a pilot and also recently discovered to be a homosexual. Well, thank you for watching. Hope you learned something about the bolts and the welding and the heat treating and all that fun stuff, the parkerizing. I'm actually going to have another part to that which shows you the screw-ups that happen on some of those parts, and that's kind of interesting. And if you're a manufacturing guy, an engineer, machinist, whatever, you'll be groaning and going and you might learn something really useful too. And hey, if you've got college student buddies who are studying engineering, make sure they watch my channel. Make sure they subscribe and watch every damn video. Because a lot of what I put on my channel here is like real world engineering and manufacturing and design, but without all the soul crushing calculus, linear algebra, heat transfer, and all that kind of stuff. Thanks again. See you next time.
Look, folks, I don't just whore myself out for anything or for anyone, but this flashlight, it's worth being a whore over.